Aries, welcome to your Intimate Tarot reading. For those of you who are new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read Intimate Tarot, specifically sexual energy, what it's about, whom it benefits, what you could expect, that kind of thing, it'll be outlined for you in great detail in the description box. But heads up, if you're that person who is sensitive around the subjects of sexual energy, identification, or description, feel free to pass this one up. But please, I do encourage you to check out the description box. You might find Intimate Tarot suits you and then even helps you. And that's the whole idea behind all tarot. Hopefully it helps you, yeah? But for my regular Aries crew, you know what's up, you know what to expect. Welcome back. Show me that Aries sexual energy, please. Show me that Aries sexual energy. Show me Aries. Show me Aries. Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. Reverse those energies as you see fit. These are, after all, general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all. Frustrating, but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. Show me. Show me that Aries sexual energy, please. Show me that Aries sexual energy. It's taking me a minute to tune you in here. What's going on? Okay. I'm going to say I had that same lingering effect with Cancer too. Theirs was different. So what's going on with you? Seven of Cups, Two of Swords. You don't know if you want to open up. Okay, simple enough. Ace of Swords, the Tower. Ooh. That's a hard truth hitting somebody, honey. Three of Swords, crossing you to known failures, known rejection, fears and shadows of pain and rejection. Okay. You're saying, I don't know if I should open up and I don't know if I want to. Emotionally, you seem to be fragmented on the subject and it just seems to cause more questions as opposed to answers. And in that case, if that's true for you, if you cannot connect with something or somebody in confidence, then don't. Just for your own sense of safety. Okay. If you can get a space where you want clear answers, then by all means. But for now, I don't know. Okay. I don't think so. I want you to get a little more consolidated before you answer that question. And Ace of Swords, the Tower, whomever it is that was connecting to you, has some very powerful insight recently. What that amounts to in terms of sexual energy, spiritual energy, spiritual and mental is definitely there. But right now, sex is not up for discussion. Okay. We got a lot of mental drifts and confusion and emotional fragmentation so far. Okay, the Hierophant, Justice, Death, Outcome, the Emperor, you. Well, that's a big fat case of not fair. Okay. Would we like it to be? Is it? Doesn't look like it. We have a lot of spiritual energy on the board today, so the focus, I can tell you right now, is not going to be so much on the 3D. Don't get me wrong, the 3D tends to be the common warring ground between people, but it's the spiritual and emotional essence that kind of says who we are as people and can often therefore dictate what we do in the 3D. So I can tell you right now, there's a whole bunch of spiritual stuff knocking around between two people. Okay? Something's going on. And if it cannot be transformed, it will end. Or it will. But you know what? Despite that, this segment in particular, it's you in the end. So long as you can be true to you and you know yourself, this above all to thine own self be true. Your most empowered self, you remain you. Whatever conflict is here, remain you. Okay, we're going to start with you. Seven of Cups, the Two of Swords. This is, of course, emotional fragmentation. And if you're that confused, it's best not to engage. Okay? You don't seem to have any new information anyway. So if you were choosing to engage in this, and that is a choice, it would be to clear it up. But the fact that you have so many questions and emotional restlessness with somebody suggests that stuff should have been answered by now. So if you go back, you might still get a whole bunch of nothing to help you. So, I don't know. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups. I would just say keep your distance for now. Besides, it's looking like they're learning something new anyway. And it's a powerful something. We shall see. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups. Show me that Aries energy, please. Show me that Aries energy. Show me that 2 and 7. Show me that 2 and 7. Right. The Emperor, that's you. Showing up loud and proud. King of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords. Ooh. Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords connected to them. King of Pentacles. The Emperor, you. You're saying to this day you're confused about somebody who I think there's someone else in there with you. In your reflections, this is emotional and mental reflection of somebody who left a very sharp imprint on you. You're saying you pride yourself on knowing who you are, the Emperor. You show me that twice, so I believe you. So the Emperor is not big on confusion. The Emperor and Empress in general are not big on confusion because that's the opposite of empowerment. They can't decide on what to do if they're not fully informed. You're telling me when it comes to someone else, I believe it's this King of Pentacles I'm seeing here, who is attached to that Ace of Swords. Again, back over here, you're saying, when it comes to that particular person, Christina, I never knew how to stand my ground. Otherwise, I'm very empowered. Or at least I'd like to think I was. When it came to this particular situation, I had no idea what I was doing. Two of Swords, Seven of Cups. You're saying it was just all confusion all the time. And again, once more, just to remind you, I'm looking at an Aries who prides himself on knowing what the hell's up. What's going on? This is me. So why the hell am I confused when I look at you? Why do I feel like I have more questions when it answers than when it comes to you? To us, whatever this is. And I'm very curious about what that is too. You're saying, I got some emotions for you, but I'm all confused. I have no direction. I don't know where I'm supposed to invest them. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about you more than half the time. It's a little of this, it's a little bit of that, it's a little bit all over the place. And I have no new information that helps me make that any more clear. Two of Swords. Because you're saying, I otherwise, once more, am the Emperor and know who I am. What say ye? King of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, what is your truth? You don't seem to know what their truth is. You're already reflecting that back onto them. I don't know what their truth was. Got news for you, babe. They probably didn't know their truth either. But it's arriving. Let's jump on over there and see what their truth is. Oh my. The Tower of the Ace of Swords. It's the insistence of I have no truth, there is no known truth, to actually that's not true. Oh, the Tower. The Tower always has a way of doing away with our false notions. We built them up way too high. It means they cannot be sustained. Eventually it's going to come crashing down, especially when it's attached to Ace of Swords. That means that truth that we were denying inevitably was the opposite. Okay. You're showing me a lot of emotional confusion, and you didn't even get into the sex of this. You're showing me that you have a very commanding sexual presence. Again, I believe you. The Emperor and Empress take their sexual divinity very seriously. In other words, they tend to only express themselves sexually to someone who is their equal. And it's one of the things you just could never figure out if this person was your equal. The emotions were never clear. Your thoughts with this person were never clear. Never mind the sexual happenstance that might be surrounding it. All you're telling me is that you kept it in check. Okay. Don't get me wrong, but there's so much confusion here. You wouldn't know where to express it anywhere, how, or if it was even welcome with that. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess in there, honey. The Tower of the Ace of Swords, show me that. And you're like, I know, that's why I hated this. Yeah. I would be too, honey. The Emperor, who obviously likes to know this is what I do, this is how I do it, sexually or otherwise. I know me. And now I find myself in approximation to you, and I'm confused all the time. This runs contrary to my nature, right? I believe that's what you're telling me here. It's like, you confused me, and I allowed you to confuse me. Because again, once more for the people in the back who are not paying attention, Emperor and Empress assume responsibility in both directions, for the shit that works out and for the stuff that doesn't. So when you're telling me you confused me and I allowed you to, that suggests ownership. Okay? The Tower and the Ace of Swords. The Tower and the Ace of Swords. You do not become an Emperor and Empress or sitting on your ass by not having experiences. No, no, no. That means you know when it's your turn to take it on the chin. Okay? No pun intended. All right. The Tower and the Ace of Swords. Tower and the Ace of Swords. Tower and the Ace of Swords. Let's do it. Oh, let's do it. Oh, please. Yes. Yes. Let's. What is this? Three of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. The Two of Swords. Bouncing back onto you. What? Okay. Three of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. They could never make up their mind when it came to you. Waiting. In the process of them waiting on themselves, they made you wait and confused you about why they were there. They seem to see that now. Okay? Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but that's a little too simple for me. Three of Wands is attached to this Queen of Pentacles. When it came to you, they told themselves they weren't waiting. Yes, they were. That was falseness number one. Okay. And in that sense that I'm not confusing to Aries at all. Yes, they were. They realized that too. Falseness too. I'm not waiting on Aries to do more or say more. I don't expect anything from Aries. That was false. They were expecting something from you. Okay? I don't know. Make the first move. I have no idea. You name it. Anything. Whatever it is they said they weren't waiting on, they were waiting on. They just didn't acknowledge it until recently. And the second thing is that I'm not confusing to Aries. I'm straightforward. I'm the Queen of Pentacles. I know it makes me comfortable. No, they were absolutely confusing. Mixed signals. It's just very elaborate. And why they needed the Tower over that, I have no idea. This person told themselves repeatedly they weren't waiting on you. Yeah, they were. And that they weren't confusing to you. Yeah, they were. What were they waiting on you to do? Like I said, make the first move. Declare yourself. What? Because you're telling me you bounce it back on them. I don't know what the hell they wanted, if anything at all. So I see someone desiring you and waiting on you, but like, no, I'm not waiting on Aries. And I have made my actions and intentions perfectly clear. There should be no reason. No, they didn't. So they're saying that now. Yeah, I guess, yeah, they didn't know they were waiting. They didn't acknowledge it, and they didn't, they really thought that they were clear and straightforward with you. No, they weren't. They were misleading. It was misleading. You know, that's really an elaborate delay tactic that we see much too late. A delay tactic for what? Making up their minds about you? Whether or not they wanted you? That's a whole bunch of add up to, it was a very elaborate delay tactic on my part to keep Aries around until I could figure out if I actually wanted them. I believe. It's hard to tell the mechanics of this because they're just now seeing it. And as far as I can tell, you were so confused by it, you gave up on it. Because you're saying they don't know who they... You got them right. You actually got that right, honey. Let me tell you something. You identified it. King, Queen of Pentacles. Not once, but twice. You're saying you know that they're resourceful. You know that they are kind of... They have this idea of sensuality attached to them in the King, Queen of Pentacles. That's always a good thing in my book. Someone who's comfortable with their physical body, which means they tend to be very sensual creatures. So you're saying you've ID'd them as someone who is fairly resourceful in reality, you know, cooperative, and sensual. You're saying you know that. You've said that about them twice, or they're just straight up earth sign. There's that too. There's that. And you're saying, you know they have a truth, but they never revealed it to you. You're partially right. They didn't understand what their truth was until recently. Until then, you got a bunch of fucking confusing actions, intentions, and feelings from this person. And they're just now beginning to see that too. Oh, I was misleading. Oh, I was confusing. Oh, I was making myself wait to better understand Aries and therefore making Aries wait on me. Oh. So this is where I like to point out to people, waiting, there's two faults. Asking someone to wait by being confusing, deliberate, non-responsive, vague, in and out energy, okay? That is a form of waiting. It's just we don't think of it that way. And it doesn't help when somebody's convinced that they're not waiting. I don't know what evidence they were looking for, but then also they weren't looking for it. And then the second part is you don't volunteer. So I think you waited around long enough to make this, or to get an idea of clarity from this person, what they wanted, why they were hanging around. You never got it. Okay. So you had part of their personality correct. I think they had a sensual nature towards you. There was a sense of interest around you. Absolutely. But nothing to really give you a sense of permanence towards their structure or what they wanted or what their intentions were. Again, you're still emotionally baffled by the whole thing. And the half-truth, well, the half-correctness is that you understood they had a truth and that they were just probably being a dick and withholding it from you, right? No. They had yet to discover what they wanted either. They wouldn't recognize that they were waiting on themselves, thereby making you wait until they figured it out. They're just now saying this shit. They're just now saying it. Now, I wasn't confusing or misleading. They're just now saying it. Okay. Let's see that Three of Swords, please. Show me that Three of Swords. Show me that Three. This is really, you know. Like, for instance, I don't know how to do a square dance or a country dance or anything like that. But if I saw it, I'd recognize it. Right? So I don't know what kind of dance this is. I just know it's not correct. It was misleading, and there was a whole bunch of missing steps along the way of it being misleading. So this is, I don't know. This is the worst dance I've ever seen in my life. It's so full of holes and missteps and misdirection and confusing and waiting, and I'm not waiting, and I'm not being misleading. I'm perfectly straightforward. Aries knows that. No. Let's see this Three of Swords, please. Show me this Three of Swords. Show me this Three of Swords. I'm confused looking at it. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's see that Three of Swords, please. The Magician, the World, and the Six of Cups. Yeah, that's you. I see that. You had no ground to stand on, honey. It was quicksand. It was fucked up dance. It didn't make any sense. It was just quicksand. It's quicksand. Try imagine learning how to dance on quicksand. It ain't gonna happen. Okay? That's what this was. It was a matter of time. It was a matter of time. It was a matter of time. Three of Swords, I see the pain of rejection here, and I didn't know who it was falling on. Somebody had to reject this. What did you have to work with? What did you have to work with? Somebody had to do it. Somebody, read my lips, somebody had to do it. Okay? And the Magician, the World, the Six of Cups, we really had to and I see this with people who get into that area of spiritual desperateness. Not emotional, not sexual, spiritual. It's a spiritual sort of desperation. Please give me the strength to let this go. Since this person's just now acknowledging their truth about their part to play and making themselves wait to figure this out, but not really. I'm not making Aries wait. I'm not making myself wait. I don't want anything from this at all. To be honest, I'm completely clear, not causing any confusion. So no, they didn't do the rejection. You did. You're the one who says, I'm the one that's holding myself responsible here. You already saw that. You made that clear. I'm the one that considers myself to be empowered. They have a truth, but they're not sharing it with me. Again, you were half right. They're just now getting to it. Please give me the will to let this go. The Magician, the World, Six of Cups. So I know that this person is precious to you. Okay? Six of Cups. It might be a soul bond. It might just be that you two have a long history, where you two have some shared memories that are fond and sweet in nature. And I'm sure that there is a uniqueness that runs through it, that threads its way through the Six of Cups, as it traditionally does, which is that uniqueness of attachment that's hard to define. In the moments when you do actually get to connect with that person in reality, it feels easy. The connection's it takes almost no work. There's a way of understanding each other without actually being explicit. That's that uniqueness, yeah? When you think about them, they think about you, but neither one of you really knows it. It's just a feeling, okay? You had to summon the will to cycle this out, which means it was hard. But again, I see you taking that one on the chin, okay? And saying that's, all I have is confusing and I can't live on confusion. I don't know what to make of this. And if you have a truth, you're not telling me. So from your point of view, they were a dick, that they had a truth and they actively chose to withhold it. Like I said, you're partially correct. But you're also showcasing to me skills that everybody should have. It's called common sense. You work with what you know, not what you don't. If your impression is that you are confused about what they want from you and what they were experiencing with you emotionally, and that they have a truth and they're actively withholding it, you're going to view that person as a dick because they let you. When somebody's so busy denying their truth, you have to work with what you know, not with what you don't. So the areas I'm looking at, not only are you used to taking responsibility, even if it hurts, you have common sense. So give yourself a little pat on the back for that one. You're like, you know what? 2 + 2 = 4, and this keeps adding up to 3. I gotta go. But the I gotta go thing, it took you a minute to cycle that out. I think you had to work up to it. You really didn't want to reject this. Because at least it meant something to you, Six of Cups. What it meant to them, I don't know. They didn't give me a whiff of emotion other than the sort of sexual interest that drifts in and out. Oh yeah, I'm not giving mixed signals at all. I'm perfectly clear with my intentions. I have none. Right. The Hierophant, Justice, Death. That's so much. That's so much. That's so much. That's a lot. And then there you are in the outcome once more. What is this? Because as far as I could tell you, you've already separated from this. So what is this? What is this? Let's see that Hierophant, please. Show me the Hierophant. Show me the Hierophant. Show me the Hierophant. Show me that Hierophant, please. Show me that Hierophant, please. Show me that Hierophant, please. By the way, Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, it's just, and then there's you. So much prominent energy in there. Oh my goodness. 4 majors just in your bottom row. Oh my. Let's see that Hierophant, please. Two of Cups, 4 Swords, the 4 of Wands. Equal division of love and the appreciation of it in a healthy, functioning relationship. 4 of Wands, 4 Swords, 2 of Cups. Is that what you want? Is that what you stand up for? A commitment to evenness, a commitment to equality, equality of feeling, love, spirituality, sexuality, that they all should be healthy, functioning, and equal. I agree with you. If that's your higher self speaking, then it's a correct higher self. Okay, embrace that. It will serve you well. If that's what you say, I, Aries, stand up for, then that tells me that you are someone who appreciates emotional commitment, spiritual commitment, okay? A commitment to the relationship, and then also a commitment to the sexual energy, that it has to be fair. And that a healthy relationship says 4 Swords. It gets worked out. I actually agree with you. All these elements in play suggest that you know what a relationship structure for you should look like. I am 100% in agreement on this. I'm defaulting to that being you. because it suggests standards, equality, harmony, and all the important areas that would constitute a relationship, which is why I tell people all the time, Four of Wands is no guarantee of marriage. It is, however, a guarantee of relationship and how two people define it. You're saying how you know how you would define it. And that's what you stand up for. You have the back of the person who has your back, which is the way it should be. Emotional reciprocity. The appreciation of building on the same structure and knowing when to rest and work on it. Making it a priority above all. And of course the sexual energy is in there too, because the Four of Wands is still fire. Everything's fair. And that's what you commit to. Fairness and equal division of all things. I agree with you. Always know, don't take the Hierophant for granted, guys. As soon as you see it, don't think commitment. It's commitment to what you believe in first and foremost. And how do you apply it to your life? Your sexual energy is no different. It's one of the reasons I read Intimate Tarot, so people can see it for themselves. There are people who appreciate their sexual energy and give it the respect it deserves. And those are the people who give it away for peanuts. You have to know how it was intended for you. You're saying you understand how yours is intended for you. Justice. Justice. Show me justice, please. Show me justice. Show me justice. Are you connecting to somebody now? It's so prominent. Are you connecting to somebody? I told you, whatever this is done. I've seen it. You lived it. I know it's done. So am I seeing your current ideals being lived out? In which case, congratulations. Show me justice. Five of Pentacles, Six of Wands, the High Priestess. Ah. You're recovering from the break. Oh my, Aries. You've recovered from the break very well. Six of Wands, your intuition's back out on point. You're saying you are harmonizing with somebody. Your High Priestess in Sexual Tarot is the GPS that says, look at that. I don't mean attraction. Attraction, I just got done explaining this in depth to Sagittarius, can occur and be dismissed within the blink of an eye. Attraction means nothing. It really doesn't. It's eye candy. It can come and go. It may mean nothing in the end. Attraction's easy, and it can be fun. But that's it, it's fun. A moment of fun. We don't want to take attraction or put too much stock in. That's why I always feel bad for people who fall in love by a face. Because what's behind that face can be ugly as hell. Don't know. No. The High Priestess is here telling you to keep pointing at this, whatever this is, that it feels correct. And so far, you've given me every reason to believe that it is correct. So I see what you stand up for. You also seem to be living it at present. Congratulations. I don't know when it happened. And then also, why the top line? Why am I saying that at all? The universe is pointing out to me that you feel correct for the first time in perhaps a long time with somebody. I don't know what a state is. You're just showing me that for now, this functions for both people very well. And it feels, like I said, just about right. The temperature's just right in that relationship. When it's time to rest it, you rest it. When it's time to build on it, you build on it with someone else. That sense of abandonment, being unfair, lopsided, is saying that's not there. You have a lot of rising confidence towards this. It feels good. Keep pointing at this. It seems to suit you. It does have you rising in the Hierophant. It's not complete, but it's rising. In other words, your commitment for this is catching. Go with that. What's this death then? Show me this death. What is this? Show me this death. Show me death. Things do have a way of taking place when they're supposed to. It makes us realize the nonsense we've participated in the past isn't so nonsense. Lessons, sure. But I am curious why you're showing me this. Why did you show me the top line? I see you cycled it out, and it hurt you to do so. But your reasons are sound. I don't fault you for that at all. And they're just now catching up to their own reasons, so why am I saying that? Show me death. Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Hermit. I wouldn't worry about it. You don't need to worry about it. Little insight gets little results. You know, they had this knowledge base, it exploded on the scene. You know, I was wondering what was the point of this on the top line? Why did I see it then if it's over? You're unfolding into something that you say is not just fair, it's asking you to rise into the idea of commitment, and the more you do, the better it feels. That's how I know it's correct for you. So that's what I'm saying, keep on. So what's this death about? Seven of Pentacles, Page of Swords, the Hermit. Sometimes they check in on you. Perhaps they don't like what they see. I don't know. Could they rise to meet you in a place of healing? Yeah. Do they choose to? No. What they learned apparently wasn't enough to inspire them to grow into it or to challenge or to put it into practice. They've actually been watching them on and off for a while now. And the Hermit here suggests that they could heal if they chose, based on what they know, but they choose not to. So I'm guessing that they reflect upon you, see that you're happy, doing well. And instead of rising to that, they shrink away from it. So I guess what I'm trying to tell you is feel okay about this. I tell people all the time, you can have insights all day long. That doesn't mean you're going to do anything with it. We have a responsibility to knowledge and feeling like we do ourselves, because everything begins with the self. So you can have all these amazing insights and hindsight and, oh my God, I wish I had seen that sooner. And you might feel compelled for a moment to look back on the past and say, I can do something about this. Or I can just not. They choose not. So do not miss what isn't yours. There's no reason for you to be concerned with that. If they see how well you're doing and how happy you are, and that discourages them, again, that's a reflection on them, not you. Don't worry about it. It's like saying I have the skills for the job, but I choose not to. Which means they don't actually have the skills for the job. So that's what you call still have. They bank on a lot of false knowledge. I could if I wanted to. Why you look? Yeah, there's a reason why you don't feel lopsided and broken anymore. It's because you're not. You're with somebody who's actually right there with you, side by side. I don't know when you meet them. That's what I'd actually like to focus on. Let us take a look at you at the Emperor. And the outcome, please. This is the benefit of knowing thyself. Don't get me wrong. All this confusing bullshit delayed you. There's something about you as the Emperor. They understood that if they delayed it, if they played dumb and blind, you'd stick around longer. Because they just know, honey. They know your attitude. They know that you would have pulled rank on their ass sooner had they been more direct. They just know it. I know it. I know it. I know that elaborate bad chess game of fucking around to keep someone around. I see it. But then you add a layer on top of it that says, that's not true. So they don't actually get to see what they're doing. You don't play that person, you end up playing yourself. Okay. This person played themselves pretty hard. Because they know you would have pulled rank on their ass a long time ago if they had just been more direct. Okay. You don't think too deeply, you don't feel too deeply, it eventually shows. You stop being interesting and mysterious. You just realize you're kind of empty. Maybe kind of bored. The Emperor. I'm not saying you're perfect. You allowed yourself to participate in this monkey show, whatever this is. Eight of Swords, Ace of Cups, sorry, Three of Pentacles. There you go. Okay. Yep, you had a little bit of concern here about starting over, but that's indeed what you did. Okay, so that's where I'm seeing you in your empowered state, getting back to what matters. That's at some point you connected with something that actually feels very correct. Your High Priestess seems to be very satisfied. You seem to be sexually satisfied, emotionally satisfied. And then you have this reassurance of a structured relationship that seems to be building into something higher. You know this, and you're taking confidence from it. And it started with you in the admission of, I am afraid. You admitted that to yourself to open up to new love, but indeed that's what you did. But you started out with the basics or fundamentals with the Three of Pentacles. So at some point when you made that decision, jump over here into a future timeline. I see you rising into something. Okay. Okay. This, I'm very curious about when that starts for you. Because it starts to build almost immediately. For some of you, there might have been some etchings around May, this month. That's what happened. I was thinking time. There's that Three of Pentacles, and I said, so when did you start to rise into this? There's the marker of 5. For some of you, it is this month. It doesn't immediately launch into this. No, it took some structure and practice first for you to get comfortable opening your heart again. Okay? You were concerned about that. But once it starts, it starts. Almost immediately. I'm not saying you're married. I'm saying you're rising into a level of commitment because you feel confident in whomever it is you're connecting to. Yes. It opens with communication, as these things do. I was trying to focus on circumstance or situation. For some of you, it's an open line of communication with somebody in public. Possibly literally connecting while outside. And I know it's hard to believe that you might actually connect with somebody in the real world, but that's still traditionally how things happen. Yes. Aries, when does it start to take shape? It will start to become more structurally sound over a period of 10 months. Whoa. Look at that. Look at that. Good job, Aries. Love yourself first, always. Understand that this confusion and shit is just not a good representation of how to love yourself, okay? Express your love, a honeymoon. Yeah, it's going to take off quick. And again, once more, don't misconstrue my words. Honeymoon is that bliss phase. So express your love. It will happen in equal measure. You see it that way almost instantly. So it's not just you hanging in there. You made that very clear. Whatever that sense of being lopsided is corrected like this. Sexually, emotionally, and so on. Express your love. You're going to go through that honeymoon phase really quick. It's just bliss. Things feel so very right and in proportion. Go ahead. Make the romantic gesture. Oh my goodness. A little bit of communication. It's like once you know, you know. Calling in your soulmate. Yeah, and by releasing your ex, it was like the ultimate admission to the universe. I'm ready to let this go. It does not serve me. It does not suit. I am looking for new love. Okay? Okay. To answer your question, if you're unfamiliar with tarot, especially elaborate tarot that has stretched out timelines, it's very normal to see jump scenes like that. Because I honestly don't know where you left this off. I just see that you are now in something that's operating at a much smoother level, but it began over here with you being empowered, which you opened up with. When you let this go, that's when you took your power back and you started focusing on new love, even though it scared you. And then time passed and this started to develop. Okay? I get that one a lot. No, tarot very rarely is straightforward and very rarely is it linear. Let's see, calling back, number 18. Expect a call back. Sorry, I gotta say it for what it is. Expect a call back from this person, roughly 18 months, a year and a half. I don't know. I see how they thought about it and dismissed it. But that's not to say it won't happen. Like I said, don't miss what isn't yours. Don't mourn what's not yours. They're not in a space where they can do the real work. Believe them. And they keep the energy small anyway. Trust me. They look back on you, reflect on you, how well you're doing, and they're like, I don't dare. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Calling back, if they actually meant something to you, and if you actually meant something to them, those are the only conditions for which they should come back, is with the hindsight and the willingness to do the work. But I don't see that on their part at all. Okay? In other words, they don't have the believability. They got the chops, babe. Okay? All right. Calling back and fidelity. I know. That's what you're rising into right here. Right there. Okay? You feel a call to become loyal to this. And choice. Yes. You represented and exercised choice very well. Okay? Sometimes we see this in the negative. For you, it was the positive. Eventually, you made the right choice when it came to this. All right? And it was a 6 of Cups, at least as you best understood it, number 6. It meant something to you, but unless somebody has the same value and appreciation, it will always be a one-sided construct. I don't care how deep that 6 of Cups is. If only one person's appreciate it, then again, you have an unbalanced relationship. If they understand it's 6 of Cups in time, that's for them to understand, and it raises their knowledge base. Until then, they're down here. Okay? All right. Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Oh, dear. That's all right. It was worth it. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.